Brianna Keel, bring her back in. Don't ask, don't tell. The repeal of don't ask, don't tell. Brianna, a policy has been in place for the past 2 decades almost. It now looks like it is going to be repealed.
It is going to be repealed. This is a key procedural vote, TJ, but this is a harder mark to hit than the vote that is going to actually repeal don't ask, don't tell. Either tomorrow, possibly on Monday. This just passed 63 to 33. So even with a little bit of a margin there, you can see it was kind of close, but I think Democrats would tell you that's a somewhat comfortable margin. The last count, it was kind of interesting because I had told you that Senator George Voinovich of Ohio, that he had voted yes on this vote, but we also just learned that Mark Kirk of Illinois, new senator from Illinois, who took President Obama's former Senate seat, also joined those 4 Republicans, TJ, who said that they were going to be on board with this. So where do we go from here? Well, like I said, we're going to be seeing a vote tomorrow, perhaps on Monday, that is going to be the real deal, that will actually be the repeal, but it doesn't go into effect right away. The military still has to go through a review process. That it would be at least 60 days before they sort of figure out exactly how they are going to implement this. But this is a policy that's been in effect for 17 years, since the Clinton administration, that said to openly or to gay men and women that they could not serve in the military if they were going to be if they were out, that then there's a lot of people. I understand some of them had said, TJ, that they were going to be up in the gallery watching this. Some people who have had to leave the military because they did come out, and they're here to watch this. This is a big day for advocates of repealing don't ask, don't tell.
It's a big day, and a lot of those advocates, like you mentioned, have been really putting up this fight for years and years and years. And of course, you have people on the other side who felt the policy should stay in place. Some members of the military as well. Some military leaders saying, give us some time, and how would this be rolled out? How would you implement it? But then you had other military leaders as well saying they didn't think it would be a problem in the military if you did lift the ban. To our viewers, you see something on the screen there about a cloture vote. We want to be as clear as we can here. This was a procedural vote, as Brianna has been so good in explaining to you throughout the morning. This is a procedural vote, but don't let that fool you. They had to get a certain number of votes here to move forward so they could actually get to voting on the actual bill. This vote today, right now, that we just saw essentially means that, yes, in fact, the repeal will happen of the don't ask, don't tell policy. Brianna, explain to our viewers also, we're getting close to the end of the year. It was very important to move forward with a lot of these things, including this initiative with this Congress, because Congress is going to look different come January.
That's right, and that's why we're here on a Saturday. I think a lot of people are probably out right now doing their last-minute Christmas shopping, and we're here on Capitol Hill, the Senate really doing a lot of last-minute votes, tackling today 2 very big issues, contentious social issues, an illegal immigration measure involving kids who are brought to the U.S. illegally, which failed a key procedural vote, followed by this don't ask, don't tell, a very important vote that paves the way for the repeal of this process. But yeah, this is sort of a time period where the Senate in particular is really working against the clock to do a number of things, not just what we're talking about today, but also to fund the federal government. Last night, they passed a measure to fund the federal government at its current level for 3 more days so that they can kind of sort out exactly how they're going to move forward with a slightly longer term measure. But they're trying to accomplish a whole lot before this Congress wraps up. And yes, the face of the Senate is going to change, Democrats retaining the majority, but there are more Republicans who are going to be here in the beginning of January. That's not lost on Democrats at all, TJ.
All right, Brianna Keel, thank you so much. I know your work is not done. You